We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. We're going to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us today is Big Al McMordie. Waiting on Shane Mickle to sign in. Jay Briggs with us, Tony Brown, and Alex Smart also waiting for Wayne Scott to sign in, and Millz Young. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We got Smart, McMordie, Mickle, Brown, Young, Briggs, Scott, and then I will close this one out. All right, we got baseball on the board tonight. Pennant races indeed. Wildcard races up for grabs as well. Of course, football tonight here. One from the NFL, 3 from college football. Some mid-major teams in action tonight. But let's get this show underway. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Alex, ready to roll here with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tone, how's everything? We're going to go with some college football for Friday night action. It's a game that I think is going to catch some people's attention. We've got North Carolina State, Louisville at North Carolina State, I should say. And, to me, anyway, the Cardinal are getting just a little bit too much respect here. I know they've had a great season so far. They've looked pretty good. But, we have to remember, too, they failed to cover both road games this season also. And North Carolina State's 3-1. That one loss came to Notre Dame, and they were in that game till the third quarter, before mighty Notre Dame pulled ahead and, finished off with a double-digit win. But, I'll tell you, no matter what, and last week for North Carolina State, they got past Virginia, in sort of a miraculous fashion. But I think the biggest kick against them so far this year has been, I think, directed towards their transfer from Virginia, Brennan Armstrong. But, Armstrong's a quality quarterback, and, I just don't think he's let loose yet. And, he's also with his old offensive coordinator from Virginia. So, maybe just taking some time to mesh and getting all the pieces together. But, this could be a good place to set up well versus a Louisville secondary that from time to time has looked a little bit inconsistent, a little bit soft in my opinion. This is just my opinion here looking at Louisville. And like I said, they're getting a lot of accolades, but I don't know. North Carolina State looks like a team that could even possibly pull off an upset here tonight. Got one interesting trend, league-wide trend or a CFB trend, college football trend. And it's in a game involving two good rushing teams like we have here tonight, both out-rushing opponents by 50-plus yards per game. Those kind of teams are 33-9 ATS last 5 seasons for a 79% conversion rate for bettors. That's North Carolina State. So that's 3.5, 10 points on the line. So, hey, long term, the trend matches here. North Carolina State being disrespected just a little bit. And I understand where the lines makers are coming from because I understand where the public's also looking at this from. And maybe it is a correct line, but I don't think so. I think we have an edge. So right now at plus 3.5, let's rock and roll. Take the points.
All right, Alex, let's go plus 3.5. A Friday night game here, ESPN, NC State here against Louisville. Yeah, Brendan Armstrong, boy, what a tale of a couple of seasons. 2 seasons ago looked good. Last year just looked terrible with Virginia. So we don't know which Brendan Armstrong is going to show up because he threw a lot of picks. NC State let that freshman quarterback who looked horrible throw for almost 10 yards a pass last week. I mean, that was a weird game as they got through the back door. But, man, that NC State gave chunks of yardage there to allow Virginia to stay close.
Yeah. I just, I'll tell you, I'm not a big North Carolina State fan right now, but I am a fan of, taking points in situations where I feel that we have a possible edge. And North Carolina State seems to come to play in games like this. And Louisville is a brand name right now that's on the rise again. And I think we see the best of North Carolina State tonight.
Yeah, Louisville, 5th in the nation total offense. And, the scary part, NC State's give up a lot of big plays in the passing game. About 14 yards per completed pass, 8 yards per pass attempt. But we got Alex, so we'll have that fixed. He likes NC State here, plus 3.5 here against Louisville. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. each time on Friday over on ESPN. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action. Great results here from Alex. 755 units of profit in college football, all documented over at Pick Dog Premium. A little bit of everything tonight. Baseball, the NFL, 3 from college football. What do you have going over at the site?
Well, I've just got the one total from college football tonight from the 3-card set that we see, and it's Temple and Tulsa. I have the total on that game. So far this year, I've hit all 4 of my totals, and hopefully tonight we make it 5 in a row and bring home the cash for everybody who joins me. Tomorrow night, looks like I'm looking at 1 game for now, looking on some line moves for another game. And, of course, we'll have a full card in college football this weekend, Saturday, and full card on Sunday, up to 6 selections in the NFL. I'm looking at 7 selections for college football for Saturday. So they're already in the back end, so anybody who wants to come in and buy a weekend package or buy a 1-week package, it's all there for you right now.
That's right, guys. Get more to Alex Smart over at Pick Dodge. Great results you see there in college football. 755 units of profit. Get on board with Alex for tonight's action. Temple Tulsa has got games up on the board, or go the long-term pass. You can get on board with that 1-month pass. All of Alex's pre and plays for 30 days of college football, NFL, baseball playoffs. This will take you right into the middle of the World Series, near the end. If it's a short series, this covers the World Series when you get the a 1-month pass. Also, the beginning of the NBA. We got the 24th. This is when the NBA tips off, so about 3 or 4 days of NBA coverage. The 10th is when hockey starts, October 10th. A couple weeks of hockey in there as well, so great time to get that 1-month pass. Pick as a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. That success. We'll catch up with you next week, but I know you're circling that the NFL card this week, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is going to be a big NFL card.
There we go. You got it.
Okay, I'll see you, Tone, and have a great weekend. And I'll say break a leg in a friendly fashion.
You got it, my man. You got it. Exactly. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue on here on the show. Time for Big Al McMordie. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. We're going to get to Big Al McMordie with some college football on the board tonight. Bring him in right now. I think we're ready to roll Big Al. Big Al, how's it going?
Great, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. College football tonight. ESPNU has this one. Rich Rod's, Jacksonville State. The 2 teams from FCS are playing each other in their first year of FBS. Jacksonville State and Sam Houston State. Jacksonville State laying 7, total 36.5.
Yeah, I know everyone's going to be watching this game on TV tonight, right? The Gamecocks, they're installed as a 7-point road favorite. The over-under is 36.5 at most places, and it's understandable why the over-under line is pretty low. The Bearcats have scored 0, 3, and 7 points in their 3 games. Meanwhile, Jacksonville State enters off 4 straight unders on the season, including a very low-scoring game last weekend against Eastern Michigan. They won that 21-0. But I just think this total is way too low. And I think Sam Houston's going to bounce off their string of low-scoring offensive performances. When you take a look at how NCAA teams have done after getting less than 10 points in each of their previous 3 games, they tend to bounce offensively. They average 9.2 points per game on offense. Their games go over the total 64% of the time. And within that 64% set, if you take a look at the lesser competitive games with point spreads of 7 or higher, those games have gone over the total 86%. So I do think we're going to at least see 37 in this game, if not more, and I'm going to take it over the total.
All right, Big Al says go over total here with Jacksonville State and Sam Houston State in this battle between these 2 new entrants into the FBS. It's getting crowded now in college football, FBS now, Big Al.
Yeah, but it's nothing compared to college basketball.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Gosh, yeah, it's not too...
Yeah, 351, I think, teams or something like that in college basketball. So this is, nothing.
This is nothing, yeah. We're the first weekend of November. That Monday is when it starts. It's good.
I know, and I've got tickets to go see the Knicks and Spurs at Madison Square Garden on that. I think it's like the Tuesday, and I was talking to a buddy of mine, I'm just dreading that because I'm going to have to be in a hotel room entering data for like 300 meaningless college basketball games on day one.
Yes.
It's just going to be a lot of work.
And and there's only.
I'm looking forward to that Monday.
Yeah, you got that usually is probably just 2 or 3 games that are pretty much against competitive lines. Usually that now
you get games like Bethesda versus Stanford. And it's just, and I've got to enter in data for like 100 of those types of games. Just
oh my goodness, that's a lot. That
is no fun.
No fun whatsoever. All right, so Big Al here, Jacksonville State, Sam Houston State over 36.5 tonight, 8 Eastern time. Watch it over on ESPN. Hey, these teams are on the big board now, so keep an eye on these 2. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. NFL college football, baseball on the board, heading to a big weekend here of football. Of course, you see Big Al with great results here in college football. We're closing out also regular season baseball. Next week, we're into the playoffs. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got a lot going on. I've got 19 football plays already posted across college and pro football for the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then I've got one baseball play today, so a total of 20 plays posted over at Pick Dogs Premium. The best deal, of course, is to get it all when you join for a week, a month, or a year. Just go to Pick Dogs, and you can use, if I can remember, what's the passcode to check out? Pick? Say 15%?
That's right.
Yeah. You say it every day. I never remember. Use Pick at checkout, and you can save 15% off the season-long price.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. Long-term pass, all these sports overlapping. We talked about it. Hockey in a couple weeks, NBA in less than a month. The baseball playoffs coming up next week, all the football. Great time to get the all sports passes. Big Al has a lot up there on the board from a 3-day all the way to the 1-year all sports pass. And of course, that pick works on all those packages. Save that 15% off. Right, Big Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you next week. We'll catch a lot of you on the weekend shows as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys join on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday at 9:30 a.m. now on Saturdays. It's, I think, 10 a.m. on Sundays. So don't miss it. We'll have a lot of good information for our viewers over the weekend.
That's right, guys. So tune in, Big Al. You're usually early. That's when you're ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lead them off.
You watch the show. I can tell you watch the shows.
Yes, I do watch the shows. Yeah, when I wake up in the morning, because I'm in bed about 3 in the morning, 3:30 that day. So it's early. All right, Big Al. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. All right, Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Shane Mickle is scheduled on. Haven't heard from Mr. Shane out in the Minnesota area. I hope everything's going well with Mr. Shane Mickle. Let me just scroll up here and look at my all the screens here. We're using the eight screen, so we're still waiting for Wayne to sign in. We're waiting for Shane. So you guys get your computer set up. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We're going to go over to Tony Brown next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now from Las Vegas, Nevada, Titletown, where the Kings beat the Vegas Golden Knights in I believe overtime in the preseason. Yeah, preseason hockey yesterday. So hockey already in the preseason. The 10th is when it starts. The reason I bring that up because Tony Brown has been on absolute fire for several years in the NHL. Been amazing with his performance. But I think we'll get him in right now. Tony Brown, what's happening? Well, I guess nothing's happening. It's going to be one of those shows, I guess. I guess the internet's, there's some issues with the internet, around here. So let's continue on here. So Tony Brown, we need you back in your seat because we did not get the Shane segment. All right, let's continue on here. We're going to jump ahead even further here in the show and welcome in Millz. And I think Millz is still there, hopefully. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So bring in Millz right now. Some NFL coverage from Millz. I think we're set to roll here in a second. Millz, are you there? Don't tell me the internet's screwing up on the show. Oh my goodness. We had great signal from Millz earlier on, and look what happens. Are we going to go to Jay now? I guess so. I know Joey. Let's see if we can count on Jay. I know his signal is good, so let's go and bring in Jay Briggs in one of these wacky shows today where we've got guys haven't heard from. The internet's having issues. So let's go ahead and bring in Jay Briggs. Let's see. It hadn't got to you. The bug has not got to Jay. He's bug-free. What's going on, Jay? What's happening?
What's happening, Tony T? Hey, technical difficulties happen. They happen to me on the weekend shows all the time. We're used to it here, but we will always work through them, and we're here to give out great picks for the guys.
That's right. Great picks for guys indeed. And here we go tonight. Divisional battle tonight between the Lions and the Packers, 8:15. We've seen some money on the Lions come in here. I've seen the line overnight between 1.5, 2. It's creeping up to almost to a field goal, 2.5-point favorite, total 45.5. But you'll be looking at this one a little differently.
Yeah, I'm looking at it a little different. Are the Lions slightly better than the Packers? Yes, but I just think, man, guys, be careful here, man. Expecting the Detroit Lions to go into Lambeau Field and get a win, it's tough, man. I know they've won 3 straight meetings against the Packers, but all as underdogs. Expecting them to do that is kind of tough. But the way I'm looking at this one is I'm taking a guy for the Packers that hasn't played yet this season to score a touchdown. They've been missing arguably their best 2 weapons on the offensive side of the football for Green Bay in Christian Watson and in Aaron Jones. It looks like both guys are going to play tonight. And I think Aaron Jones gets in the end zone, man. He's their back. He's their guy, and I think they're going to play complementary football. I love what I've seen from Jordan Love thus far this season, but getting a legitimate back like Aaron Jones back, I see him jumping into the stands tonight with the Lambeau Leap. I think Aaron Jones scores a touchdown, and we're getting it at plus money. Sign me up. Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown. I think he gets one in his first game back for the Pack.
All right, we got Jay here. Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown. I know Jordan Love will he'd like to have his running back in that backfield because it may help him move that football a little bit. That was some comeback they pulled on the Saints last week.
It was a hell of a comeback at Lambeau Field, man. The calls and the momentum at Lambeau Field can switch like any other, man. The worst call I've ever seen in the history of my life was at Lambeau Field, man. Dez caught it.
Yeah.
But hey. Hey, man, sometimes you just don't get those calls in Lambeau, and I kind of feel like the Lions may fall victim to that in this game. I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all, but what I am saying is I think their running back helps them play a little bit better. I think he helps his young quarterback, and I think he gets in the end zone his first game back.
Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown, does get a nice rushing touchdown. Could be on the receiving touchdown. That's what the anytime is here at plus 130. And, of course, this one will have a start time here of 8:15 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight NFL, 3 from college football, some baseball as well. Jay doing some great work over the past 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Man, Tony T, I got a lot going on tonight, man. I got 5 plays I'm loving. I got play in the NFL game, my NFL lock of the night. We are seeing the board really well on that play. I have my college football play of the night, 9-4 on that play this season. And I got my $19 MLB play of the day. I've hit 7 of 8 on that play. So just trying to keep it all rolling, to be honest. I got a lot going. I got a money-making 3-pack in Major League Baseball. I got a 3-pack with my top plays, college football, NFL, and Major League Baseball. However you want to do it, man, you can do it over at Pick Dogs Premium. Pair me up long-term with one of your other favorite cappers. And let's make some money with all the sports right around the corner, man. We're out of the dog days of summer, and it's the best time to hop on some long-term, get the best bang for your buck. That's
right, guys. Best bang for your buck. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results from Jay over the past 7 days. And you guys know what season is right now. Football with baseball playoffs come up next week. NBA less than a month away. Hockey, Jay will give you some plays on the ice. He's in the Dallas area, so he knows the ice as well. So lots of action from Jay when you get those long-term passes. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions offering great value there as well. All right, Jay, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on tomorrow's show. But let everybody know we can catch a lot of you in the morning shows. You're on the weekend show. Of course, your NFL Rundown show as well.
Yeah, a lot of action for me here at Pick Dogs. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. You can catch me in the morning tomorrow with Chris and Mitch with the morning show. You can catch me on the weekends hosting the weekend show, bringing in all the guys. Absolutely love doing that show. Shot the NFL show earlier this week. Me, Mitch, and Big Al McMordie went through every game on the card. I'll be dropping my NFL rundown on Saturday. So just a ton of content for me here at Pick Dogs. Absolutely love working with all the guys, man. Check out all the video content over at Pick Dogs YouTube channel.
That's right. Pick Dogs YouTube channel is where you want to go, guys. Go ahead, get checked out there. Make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications so when Jay's running those shows, you're live with him to get these best numbers from the shows. All right, Jay, continue that great success here, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir. Let's go Rangers. And
there you go.
You soon,
all right, Rangers, indeed, a big series coming up from Major League Baseball. Could see the Rangers in their division champions. See where they can roll it. All right, let's continue on here. I think I see Millz. Okay, Millz is moving, so that's a good sign. We got movement there. So we're going to go to Millz Young, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll get him in right now. I think we'll set to roll here in a second with Millz. Here we go. Millz, what's happening?
What's good, Tony T?
Things going great. Now we're getting the internet services back from everybody. So everything's going great. We just got to find Tony Brown. I think we're waiting on him. But anyway, tonight we're going to look at Lions and Packers again.
I think Tony Brown was looking for Clarissa Shields still.
That's right. I think that's what was going on there. All right, here we go. Lions and Packers. We set the line movement here with the Lions here, 2.5, total 44.5. But you've been looking at this one as well, a little differently.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good game out here. You got some players returning to the lineup, for the Packers. So, you definitely want to look and see what the Packers going to be able to do with two of the best players coming back to the game, and Aaron Jones and Christian Watson, right? But, on the other side, Detroit Lions, they're looking pretty good as advertised over here, on the year. The best part about it is that, like, the players that they're drafting is showing up and showing out and showing that they're good, work those rankings that they were drafted at. What I mean also is, like, when you get rid of a running back like DeAndre Swift, you're really not losing too much because he didn't suit up for him. But then you drop Jamar Gibbs, and you see what he's able to do in the backfield. You can't hold on to it too long because DeAndre Swift's just putting up good numbers over there with the Eagles' offensive line. He wouldn't be doing that in his last year here with Detroit. So I think they came up on that and definitely draft pick. But then, I mean, how do you replace a Pro Bowl tight end and T.J. Hawkinson and seeing everything that he's doing over there at the Minnesota Vikings? How? Easy. You draft Sam Laporta and it's over. I mean, this new tight end that they got, he's the real deal, man. I mean, he's already set records for the Detroit Lions and tight ends. First game going for 5 receptions. Second game going for 5 receptions. Last game out, just went for 8 receptions. Jared Goff loves those tight ends out there. Amon St. Brown, the best wide receiver on that field. But guess what? He's going to be getting his hands dirty with Jair Alexander. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at Sam Laporta over 4.5 receptions. That's going to be my best player prop to get you on top.
All right, there you go. Sam Laporta over 4.5 receptions, as Millz was saying. Goff liking that target. Gets a lot of targets this season. 18 receptions on this young season, and looking pretty good with a touchdown pass as well.
Yeah, man, he got his first touchdown out there last week. It's something that I'm going to be looking at this week just to sprinkle on because when you get into that real goal line, you need somebody that you can rely on. Amon St. Brown isn't that type of wide receiver that's always going to be known for getting touchdowns, kind of like a Stephon Diggs, a Jamar Chase, or anything like that. So you can't really rely on him to get too many touchdowns. But I think Laporta is where it's at in here. Like I said, the Green Bay Packers, they're going to have their hands filled up with trying to keep St. Brown off the field. So I think Laporta is going to be able to just float out there and get those big old targets.
Big old targets. It's a road game, so I look to get him there. Five receptions against KC, 5 against Seattle, 8 against Atlanta, and they're facing Green Bay tonight here on the short week. So Millz will be on Sam Laporta over 4.5 receptions, and of course this one will have a start time here of 8:15 Eastern time. All right, Millz, anything else going on in the MMA world?
Yeah, man. So no UFC this weekend, no Bellator. So we do have one championship going on in PFL. So, they made a thumbnail for me for the one championship card. So I said, all right, let's go at it. You know what I mean? So I attacked the one championship card. I went over all the 5 fights on the main card. It's one championship is one of those Singapore organizations where they put on fights. They have kickboxing, they have Muay Thai, they also have MMA, but they mix it up. You have super fights in there, like Demetrius Johnson taking on Rotang, to where they take like a prominent kickboxer and a Muay Thai fighter and, challenge them up against an MMA fighter and see who comes out top. They also have grappling expeditions in there too, to where, high-level jiu-jitsu. So I went over the whole card on there. It starts tomorrow on Prime. As long as you guys have Amazon, you can watch it on Prime. If not, you guys can watch pretty much all of it on YouTube too for the prelims. But I went over the whole card for you guys. Besides that, we have PFL going on Saturday. I'm going to have at least like 2 bets on there put up on the site. But yeah, MMA this week had to deep dive and go overseas. So, the PFL cards in Europe, I just talked to one of the fighters that's going to be fighting on there. His name's the Lazy King. He's 16-1. He's a big favorite, so I look for him to get it done. But besides that, check out what I got on the site for you guys for the one championship fights going on this Friday.
There you go, guys. So check it out on the rundown from Millz. Right, Millz over to Pick Dog Spin for tonight's action. Football on the board tonight with a few baseball. Head into that MMA weekend as well. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, man, come on, check it out. We got 2 plays up there to get you paid today. I got one in the NFL, one in the MLB. It's Thursday, so go ahead and get that 3-day pass. That's where everything's paid for itself. Looking at the college football play slate for Saturday, like some games on there. Already got some plays lined up for Sunday NFL card as well. And like I said, I'm going to be dipping and diving in some of these MMA plays for PFL for you guys on Friday and Saturday with one championship. So your best buy is to get the 3-day pass. If you just want 2 plays to get you paid, you can go up there today. Check out the MLB, check out the NFL prop shop that I got up on the site after you guys are done watching the drive-thru. I lace you guys with 3 touchdown props and 5 player props in there too to get you on top. So yeah, man, we're just trying to attack everything over in the locker room.
That's right, guys. Again, with Millz Young over at Pick Dog Stream for this weekend. Of course, lots of action. Your NFL, baseball, college football, some bets in there from PFL. So get on board with Millz. Remember, it's Thursday, so the best value is that 3-day all sports pass. Get all of Millz premium plays for 3 days. That's all his baseball, MMA, and the football for this weekend. Of course, pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion will save you even more money. All right, Millz, as always, great having the show. Continue the success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But of course, we'll also you drop in once in a while on those weekend shows.
Yeah, man. Definitely try to drop in on those weekend shows when I can. Man, it seems like it'll be a reunion if I can, man. Once we get behind the doors and we're just back here in StreamYard, we just talk and talk and talk. You know, that's the best thing about this community over here. Like when we do these drive-through shows, I wish I could sign in on like these other days where I get to talk to the other cappers too, just behind the stage and stuff. Yeah, man, I definitely need to hop in on these morning shows and show my face a little bit more. But besides that, though, man, yeah, definitely, man. You can catch me every single Thursday over here, getting my feet wet with Jay. We went over the NFL part. So what we did, too, at the end of the video, if you guys watch it closely, we'll win over the whole slate. Every single game, you got Jay's take on it. So if you guys really like and listen, you can get some money that way, too. But besides that, yeah, over here at Pick Dogs, we're just trying to give you guys everything that we can and give you guys the best videos and content. Just smash the like button for us. That's the only thing we ask.
Yeah, hit that like button. Greatly appreciate that. All right, Millz, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, man. You guys have a great weekend out there. If you guys want to check an interview out, you guys can search it up under MMA Locker Room, interviewing the Lazy King out there in PFL. Hope to see you guys soon.
See you soon. We had Millz Young here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, I'm seeing Tony Brown. I think he's signed back in again, so let's go ahead. We can catch him up here. Tony Brown, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So we'll bring him in right now. Baseball coverage today. He's covering the big game tonight here between that Rangers and Mariners game. That's a huge one tonight on the board. Hopefully we got him in. Tony Brown, what's happening?
I'm back, man. Cox Wi-Fi in Vegas is not that good.
We experienced that a lot. When we had some of the Vegas locals back when we started the show. We had 2 co-hosts from Vegas, and it was a total mess over there. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's just too many people in one small place there, especially with all the tourists using up all the internets in those casinos. But anyway, Tony Brown, this is the series here of the weekend. Here, it's the big one: Rangers and Mariners. We know that AL West is all upside down right now. Teams falling down, taking turns, crashing and burning. Someone's going to survive this mess. Mariners favored -110. We see the total 7.5.
Yeah, it's three games left and 3 teams all fighting. You can go anywhere from the division winner in there to a wild card spot to not making it at all. So nobody's taking off, nobody's slacking up, and every team needs every game between the Astros, Mariners, and Rangers. So all these games coming down to a wire. This game is only -116. It should also, I think it should be a pick 'em. But for me, I just have to pick Texas. I know Seattle is fighting for their life. Texas has a little bit more of a cushion with 3 games left. They have a 3-game lead, but at the end of the day, the Rangers just beat up on the Mariners. They've won 8 of the last 9, and they won 7 in a row. That's what's more than impressive. Anytime you got a statistic like that, it's just, the games aren't played on paper, but some stats are too big to ignore, and I just can't ignore that one. I can't go to the window and be like, yeah, I want to go with the team that lost 7 straight in this series and 8 out of 9. And so I'm just going with the Rangers on the money line, and we're getting plus money on it. It's too good to pass up, so we won't.
All right, Tony Brown says take the plus here, the plus money with the Rangers who've had their way with this Mariners team. And of course, the Mariners, had a tough one last night. Framber, I like Framber. He kind of stirred it up a little bit, and the Astros responded. I thought that was more of a calculated move to wake up that offense. That's you, Tony Brown. That's you.
Woo, excuse
Fall
me.
weather's coming.
Yeah, no, it was, and then it worked. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, come on. He was fired up. He got him out there, and he got him on the snide. So they took care of business. And like I said, it's a stat play for me right here. The games aren't played on paper. You still got to get out there on the field. But just the Mariners can't beat these guys for whatever reason, and even in desperation. And like this, Rangers aren't desperate because they have a 3-game lead. They're going to win the division or make the wild card regardless. However, they want to win, and no one wants to back into the playoffs. And I think one win would do it. So that can absolutely be a big win for Texas tonight.
Yeah, win the division means you're home here for the first round of the playoffs. You know, it's best of 3 weekend series, so that's why it's important to win this division. And also in play is the bye in that first round, because really the Central Division champion really hasn't done much. So I think they're in line here for a bye when you get that first when you win this AL West, because the Central hasn't done much on the records.
Right. And like I said, I'm not a mathematician out here. It's coming down to one of those, if you win and this guy loses and these two teams win over the last weekend, you know what I mean? It's coming down to one of those spots. But you're right. It can mean a lot for the winner of this division.
Yeah, very large, because the Twins have been no great shakes this year. They lost another game. So it looks like the Twins will be in the wild card round. AL West champion gets that bye, which is incredible the way these Septembers, these Rangers, Mariners, and Astros, the Septembers they've had have not been very good. But they can still maintain, the winner of this division will still maintain at home field, because the Twins have not done their job and have had some struggles right now. Matter of fact, we know the Orioles will be the top seed in the American League. There's no doubt about that. But the Twins, an 85-win team. And then we go back here and look at the games here tonight. We've got the Rangers with 89 wins. The winner of the West is going to pretty much be have that 2 seed and have the bye in the playoffs. So that's why it's so important they get that 2 seed. We're thinking here that this is the weaker of the 2 divisions. It's not. It's that Central with Minnesota. It's just because it's been bad Septembers for this team. So there's a lot at stake here. A bye here in that first round. And Tony Brown here, Rangers plus 105 here against the Mariners. This one will have a start time here of 9:40 Eastern time, game of the night. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium tonight's action. Football on the board as well as baseball. Huge weekend coming up. Regular season baseball's over. We're less than a month away from NBA. NHL is 2 weeks away. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had a 3-pack up today, but the baseball game started early. We split the games. We got 1-1, so we're looking for my NFL game to cash the package tonight on that 3-pack. If you didn't get it on the 3-pack, you can definitely just grab the NFL game. It's only $19.99, and we're going to bang the bookie big with this one. I've been rocking and rolling in the NFL. We've knocking out a lot of units over there, so I hope to continue that hot streak tonight with a great play. And again, you can grab that for only $19 and bang your bookie.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. A long-term pass will serve you well. Tony's stationed there in Vegas. He's in the books a lot. And, of course, the best value out there you have is that 1-year all sports plan.
Yeah, I think I'm in the books too much, man. I like these plays so much. I bet them all. Like, I just don't see how people give out plays and really don't believe in them. So I'm in there every day, all day, and this is what I do for a living. We bet on games, we handicap games, and so football, baseball, basketball, whether it's pro, college, whatever, we're gonna bet it, we're gonna pick it, and we're gonna win it. You want to be a part of that, you don't have to pay for every single league or every single pick individually. I have a VIP all sports pass. It's 365 days of play. So for 1 full year, if I pick it and I sell it, you get it. You know what I mean? It's a full VIP sports pass. You only make one payment, one low price, one time, and you get all my plays for a whole year. If you're serious about making money, you can't afford not to grab that pass.
Can't afford not to grab it, guys. Got to avoid Tony Brown 1-year all sports pass. You can save quite a bit when you use a promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off that purchase. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, I always appreciate you guys having me, and I'll look out for you guys next week.
You got it. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, let's see who we got here. I think we're seeing some folks sign in here. Let me see here. Did we get a Shane? There has not been a Shane signing or not? Maybe that. Nope, that was Millz. All right, so we looked at for Shane, not in, but we do have Wayne Scott. So Wayne, we'll get to Wayne, catch him over at Pick Dodge Pimp. We're actually, as we mentioned, NBA. We're not too far away from it, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Wayne right now. He's coming in with a season win total from the NBA. Get to that time of the year. We next week we'll be doing a lot of this because without the 15-game Major League Baseball schedule and limited coverage in baseball. We will be covering NBA season win totals next week, but we got to jump on it right now with Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pig Dog family? Hope everybody doing all right down there today.
Everything's going great. All right, we start our NBA coverage here for 2023-2024 with Wayne here as we're starting to whittle. We're getting closer now. Next week we'll have a lot of NBA. We'll hopefully have some more NBA season win totals because there's only the baseball playoffs next week. We will not have that 15 game card as we mentioned. All right, Wayne, you're going to be looking at the Utah Jazz tonight.
Yes, sir. And this whole West Coast got way better, and not even just the West Coast of the league. I think this will be one of the more competitive years of the league, man. I think the talent-wise, these teams are evening out. But with that said, I'm going with the win total. The win total here is set at 36.5. Jazz had 37 wins last year, so even going back to last year, they went over this by one game. And to me, I paid close attention to the Jazz. It was a team I very liked, and they took the foot off the gas. They had a hot start. It's one of them things where they started resting guys late for kind of no reason. And I believe they had the team to compete, but after they got in the draft and got the draft where they was, I'm not gonna say they tanked on purpose, but they shored up some spots by losing and drafting where they did, picking up Taylor Hendricks and Keontae George, and I just like this starting lineup with Colin Sexton and Jordan, Ochai Jaba from Kansas. He'll be in his second season. He'll get more playing time at that shooting guard. This is one of the more I know the league is moving to lineups where everybody can play like one position, but this is one of the teams that have one of those natural guys who fit their position with Walker Kessler as a true center, good defense, Lauri Markkanen, all-around power forward, Horton Tucker, I like that piece that they added to the small forward. Jordan Clarkson, he played extremely well towards the end of last season, and he played well in the overseas tournament. I just love the pieces that they have. Adding Keontae George from Baylor at the guard position, Taylor Hendricks, a defensive guy that can come in at that small forward. I don't think 37 wins is too much to ask from this team right here, man. I think they go over that 36.5 total. So that'll be my play for today. Jazz over 36.5.
Wayne, Jazz over 36.5, trying to piggyback on that success he had in the World Cup of basketball, right? That big score that he had with Germany. So it's been a year round there for Wayne looking at the basketball. Yeah, the question is, Colin Sexton has been one of those players that has just been a lot of hope. He played well when he came in the draft, but the issue is it's just trying to stay healthy.
Yes, sir. If they can get him to stay healthy, man, I really think they'll be a surprise team in the West, even with all the additions everybody has added. And even if not so, man, Keontae George out of Baylor, man, he played outstanding so far in the summer leagues. I can't wait to see if he continues to progress in the preseason because I want to say he was one of the best players in that summer league. He was averaging around 23 points. I know it's not against the best NBA talent yet, but that was just a good sign to see your early draft pick playing that well against them guys. He's one of the younger draft picks in this draft. And Walker Kessler got to play with the USA team. Jordan Clarkson, like I said, he just got out of that tournament, scoring 30, playing well. So if these guys can stay healthy, they were playing good last year. They upset a lot of teams early in the season. And then, like I said, the coach just pulled the brakes off. And I was a little confused. But once they got the draft where they got the draft and picked up those pieces, I seen why. And if they don't do what they did last year, which was just start pulling guys for no reason and stuff like that, I think they'll compete and hit this 36.5 pretty easy.
Yeah, Markin is a scorer, another guy that has been dealing with a lot of injury bugs and whatnot. Clarkson has really come around. Looks like they even have some depth this year coming off the bench.
Yep, yes, sir. With Horton Tucker and those young guys. And like you said, Markin has made a great step up last season. He's kind of been up and down in his career, but last season was an amazing year. And I love the fact that they can play him at the 4 and the 3, and Kelly Olynyk, another one of those guys who stepped up in this FIBA World Cup. So about 3 or 4 of these guys played in the FIBA World Cup, and they were holding it down for their team. So I'm looking forward to see if they can continue to do that and play well together as they was doing before they kind of fell apart last year.
Yeah, they have definitely some potential indeed. Now, of course, they even have John Collins is someone who we've seen a lot. Who actually his stat line isn't so bad when you look at him, but he's just got to get on the court.
Yes, sir. He played well for Atlanta last year, one of their stronger pieces. So looking for him to actually definitely make some give them some help over there at Utah Jazz.
That bench depth, 26-year-old, 13 points, but 6.5 boards a game. Of course, health is a concern. You see a lot of 40-game seasons for him, 63. But, last year we got into 71 games for Atlanta, but that they moved Gay and they sent a future second-round pick to get John Collins. This is definitely a piece that we talked about the depth with Utah. This was a team that was supposed to tank last year, but surprisingly became a very competitive team on the court.
Yes, sir. Early in the season, man, they they were looking like they were going to be in the playoffs. Even when they started sitting players, they were coming close to winning. They were covering a lot of games, but you just seen the talent was there. If they all can get there and play together, man, I just don't see them not having 36.5, at least 37 wins this season. This whole West has gotten better. We've seen a lot of trades. We've seen a lot of movements. But I definitely think they can hang in there with some of the better teams in the West. And not just the West, but both sides, West and East Coast. I just think they got a pretty complete team on paper right now. And they can put everything together. I think, like I said, this win total should be pretty easy for them.
The drive-through is a Monday through Friday show. We cover a lot of NBA on this show, lots of NBA because we're Monday through Friday. I know there's a lot of football going on, but we don't have a lot of football opportunities very often as in volume. So it's a lot of volume NBA picks here coming up here on the show here during the October months as the NBA season begins. In late October the 24th, hockey the October 10th. So we get a lot of those picks here on the drive-through because of basically our show runs right to the beginning of a start time for a lot of these games. And of course, we have a lot of NBA coming up for you. So we're going to start our NBA season coverage right now and into next week as we move from those 15-game baseball cards. And sometimes in the playoffs, the baseball playoffs are during the day, so we only have like 1 or 2 baseball games. So it's going to be a lot of NBA coverage coming up, guys, getting you ready for this new season coming up. Also, a little twist there with that new tournament, kind of a little prize money tournament there as well.
Yes, sir. That playing tournament, I'm still getting familiar with it. I'm looking at who all plays each other. I'm definitely looking at them lines. There's some money to be made in that. Some early plus money lines on some teams that are really competitive. So definitely be looking to make my move in that too.
There we go with Wayne here. Jazz over 36.5 wins here, minus 125. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. Of course, we got baseball on the board as well as NFL as well as college football. Of course, Wayne has had a terrific baseball season, 738 units of profit for baseball for this year. Also turned a profit in the NBA last year, including postseason. So looking forward to the start of the NBA as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Just one play for me today. It's my best bet in MLB. So if you want to get on that, just hop over there and run to the site and grab that play. Didn't love the college football card and didn't love a side in this NFL game and just be watching. But I do have my best bet out there for college tomorrow, man. I love that play. It's already put in there for you guys. And this weekend, man, a lot of good action. I know that's not the best card, but definitely some money to be made. So hop on that 3-pack, 7-day or monthly plan, and let's get ready to cash on this weekend.
Ready to cash indeed. Get up with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge. You see great results from Wayne here in Major League Baseball. Turned a great profit in the NBA last season. So get on board. The long-term pass will serve you well. Get all of Wayne's premium plays here for baseball. You get that 1-month pass. We'll cover you right into the World Series. And the World Series goes 5 games. That covers the entire World Series there, as well as the start of the NBA, NHL in there as well. All the football, 1-month pass. You see the way Wayne's been cranking it. This covers most of the postseason baseball. Boxing in there as well. He figures in a few boxing premiums. Some of those write-ins, he'll get those in as well. So get on board with Wayne Scott. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Wayne, it's always great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again on the show here next week. And of course, let everybody know they can catch your boxing series.
Yes, sir. It's out Tuesday. You can go catch that. I actually have 3 picks on there. So if you like boxing, you like betting on boxing like I do, it's some great value on those boxing lines. You can go over there and catch my opinion on them bets for this weekend, man. Great card with Charlo and Canelo, man. We get this. This is one of them fights where you get to see where Canelo is, man. And I commend Canelo, win or lose, man. This late in your career, taking on these type of challenges, we get to see if some people writing him off and feeling like he's falling off, and some people feel like he can go in there. Even a falling off Canelo can go in there and get Charlo. So those questions will be answered this Saturday. I'm super excited for it. Great line on both sides, and I'm just ready for it, man. Like I said, videos on there for me talking about it, giving my side on it. You'll see it on the video if you can go out there and watch it how I'm feeling, so I ain't going to give you too much right here.
That's right. Go check out the video, guys. Wayne has it there on the video series as well. All right, Wayne, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
I appreciate you for having me, Tony T. Good luck out there with your best tonight, Picked Off family.
And you as well. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. You missed a pick. We're going to recap in just a second. Let's continue on. I'll give you my play, and then we'll get to the recap here in just a second here. And, of course, we're going to go here, Major League Baseball here for tonight's action. Actually, I'm going to have to fish the game here in a second here when I get to my game card. It's not going to be this one. Let me find the game here for you right now. Boop, boop, boop. Let's go to this direction here. It won't be that one. Won't be that one. It is this one, right? We're looking here, Yankees and the Blue Jays, and we're going under 8.5 here. We got Bassett on that. I know Luke Weaver's here on the hill for this Jays team, but I'm going to really count on the Yankees pitching here. I'm sorry, on the Blue Jays pitching. Bassett's on the mound. Bassett's allowed 2 earned runs at fewer than 4 or 5 innings. Toronto bullpen an ERA under 3 over their past 10 games. But over the past 7 games, we got 2 light hitting teams here. Past 7 games, Toronto hitting 199. New York hitting 222 against the division. So past 7, Toronto 199, New York 222 against the division. We'll go under the total here of 8.5 with this Blue Jays and Yankees game tonight here at the top of the hour. All right, guys. Over at Pick Dog Stream, I got my best bet up there right now from the NFL. I will have a best bet for you tomorrow in college football. I am the top unit producer in college football this year. I will put up a best bet from college football. I'll have it on after the show because I really like this side. I didn't have, again, like Wayne said, I didn't really have a side I liked today in today's college football, but I have one tomorrow that I'm going to put up right after the show. So go ahead and check it out over at Pick Dog Stream, top unit producer in college football. I'll have that play up for you in a little bit. And, of course, you can also go longer term with me, 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time period. Just like when you go over to the handicapper page and make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on. Let's get to the recap. Let's get the show set up for you. All right, here we go. Alex like NC State plus 3.5 against Louisville. Alan McMordie like Jacksonville State and Sam Houston State over in the game over 36.5. Tony Brown Rangers plus 105 against Mariners. Mills like Sam Laporta over 4.5 reception minus 105. Jay likes Aaron Jones anytime TD at plus 130. Wayne like the Jazz over 36.5 wins at minus 125. I will be here on Yankees Blue Jays under 8.5. Which one do I like the most? That's a good question. Which game of these did I like the most here? A lot of them I do. I like that Laporta stat there from Mills here for on the road. Laporta over 4.5 reception. That'll be the one I like the most there, courtesy of Mills. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again live tomorrow here at live tomorrow at I was trying to see if Shane might have signed in, but we did not get Shane's pick tonight. So no, we didn't get Shane signed in. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat plays. Look up their plays in real time. We're here on the show, and don't forget to always get started with that morning show. That morning show starts at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch. We got Jay and we have Chris on there with you. Of course, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool shows his roundtable discussions with his professionals. Also, too, Jay's NFL rundown videos up there as well. Pick from every game, as well as live shows. Chris has his home run prop videos for you. Mills with the UFC rundown, MMA rundown this week, as well as his prop videos for you. We got Mike Davis Monday, Wednesday, Friday live show, as well as his first 5 for you. So lots of content here. Ron Romanelli's rundown college football, as well as Major League Baseball. So we have a lot of coverage here. Of course, Betting Against the Public from the new video series that just came out with Dana Lane. It's definitely worth a watch. Really good information there from Dana. And of course, parlay videos here from Brad Francis. Nerfies, Your Fees here from Nick Menken, and more, guys. So make sure you check us out and make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. So when we're live, you're live with us, get those best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. We'll bring him tonight.